When I was about to get engaged to my boyfriend, I learned that his mother was pregnant. Is there a throne to inherit in your family? The new daughter-in-law hasn't even entered the house yet, but this mother is pregnant. What's more, his family wants me to raise the child with him, otherwise they won't get engaged to me. Do you think I look like a big nemesis? I decisively proposed to break up. Unexpectedly, not long after, he tagged me on Douyin and asked the internet to scold me, saying that I was fickle. He couldn't even tolerate his own brother. I smiled and gave him a big like and gave him a gift, by the way. That day my boyfriend's mother called and said that there was a happy event, and asked us to go back together after get off work. As a result, I was stunned when I entered the door. His relatives gathered together and surrounded his mother. His face was filled with joy like winning the lottery. Seeing me coming, he congratulated me one after another, which made me feel confused. I looked at Lu Chen's mother and aunt in confusion. What good news is this? I didn't expect that my words would become the switch to open their gossip. Of course, congratulations, your aunt is pregnant. This is an unexpected surprise. How can I not be happy? I was stunned. What, Lu Chen's mother is pregnant? I was stunned and listened to them talking. Lu Chen seemed to notice my confusion, and held my hand tightly and said to everyone, "Qin Ran, I am so happy." I felt Lu Chen pinch my hand lightly, and then I came back to my senses. Do they all agree to give birth to this child? I remember that Lu Chen's mother is already in her 50s, and his father has retired and is still planning to have children. I forced a smile and asked cautiously, "So is this child going to be born?" Lu Chen's mother smiled from ear to ear. Of course, our Lu family will finally have a new member. What, Xiao Ran, do you want me to abort the child? Before I could answer, I felt the atmosphere around me suddenly cooled down. The relatives who were still enthusiastically congratulating me, just now looked at me with unfriendly eyes. I felt sick. I looked at Lu Chen, thinking that we were not married yet. This was their family's business, and it had nothing to do with me. However, Lu Chen looked at me and nodded, and then said that mom would have peace of mind to give birth to the child, and we would raise it together after it was born, and there was no need to worry. I cursed Lu Chen in my heart. Are you stupid? I asked you to persuade your mother, but you supported him instead. You still plan to let me raise the child together. Are you a funny guy sent by a monkey? Your mother is almost 60 years old and still has a child. Let's not talk about whether I can raise the child or not. Do you think I look like a big enemy and I still raise a child for your family? I was silent for a long time. Lu Chen squeezed my hand again. I shook his hand off without hesitation. Who wants to raise a child with you? You want to be a grudge, but I don't. Does your family have a throne to inherit? The new daughter-in-law hasn't even entered the house yet, and the mother still complains that Lao Bang has given birth to a pig. What's this? My words were like a powder keg in the Lu family. They started to talk to me and tried to make me surrender. How can you talk? Do you have any manners? If you want to have a child, just give birth to it and Chen Chun will raise it. Look at you, little girl. You want to be an executioner and kill babies at such a young age. This is a sin, don't you know? If you ask me, it's better not to have a daughter-in-law here. It's better to change to an obedient one. I understood instantly that these people are all birds of a feather, especially Lu Chen's mother. She glanced at me and then said harshly, "If you want to marry Chan Shen, you have to accept this child." I sneered, "You are a bunch of snakes and rats. I really don't care. What good things are there in your family?" I looked at Lu Chen again. "You think so too?" I asked this question just to give up. It is impossible to say that there is no love after dating for 3 years and getting engaged, but judging from the situation today, the Lu family is not a good thing. This marriage is absolutely impossible, and Lu Chen did not disappoint me. He was even better. I learned moral kidnapping and sophistry. Qin Ran, I think this is a life after all. Aren't you worried about the danger of giving birth? It just so happens that my mother will give birth to our family and register it, and it will be our child in the future. What, are you okay? It's really true that people from the same family don't get married. I was so angry that I trembled all over. These are a bunch of crazy dogs. How could they give birth to my child? How shameless. Haha, I was so angry that I laughed. Lu Chen, you are really calculating. He shrugged his shoulders to show that he didn't care. Don't forget that the engagement invitation has been sent out. If you don't agree, we will break up. But don't blame me for not reminding you. It's not easy to find a second married daughter. My face was twisted with laughter. Engagement is just engagement. It's bullshit. What second married daughter? I think you should change your name to Lu Miao. Why do you know? Because your head is full of water. The scumbag broke up. I didn't pay any attention to the scolding behind me. If he doesn't want to, we can find someone who is willing in a minute. That is, his only child. I don't know what it's like to have brothers to help me. Divide it quickly. I'm sure I won't find anyone else in the future. I won't listen. It's just a bunch of nonsense. On the way home, I felt particularly disgusted when I thought of the faces of Lu Chen's family. I can't just let it go, especially at the end when Lu Chen threatened me. The engagement invitations have been sent out. Let's see how I end this. This matter is really their own decision. I have never heard of it before. There was no time to think about it. I quickly called my mother. She said that Lu Chen's family wanted to send engagement invitations to relatives and asked my mother to arrange it. Turned out that they were waiting here. They wanted to embarrass me, right? Naive. They are my own relatives. Just notify them. I thought I would give in. It doesn't matter. We are all family. At this time, the spearhead must be directed outward, not to mention the disgusting things in Lu Chen's family. Even a dog would vomit if it knew about it. So my family arranged a deluxe version of the congratulations for the Lu family. My relatives, all aunts and uncles, followed the band, playing drums and swonas, and went straight to the Lu family, enthusiastically pulling horizontal shouting slogans. Congratulations to Unit 1603, Lu Chen's mother gave birth to a pearl, celebrating warmly. The Lu family is full of new faces. They want to give birth to a child for others to raise. Thank Lu Chen for not marrying. No sisters must be fooled. This matter must not be let go. You can break up if you want, but don't disgust my family. You kidnap my mother every day, saying that after the engagement, I will treat me as your own daughter, and the house will belong to them from now on, and they haven't given up yet, and still want me to hold the engagement as scheduled. I'm sorry, you don't even want this rubbish dog, since you don't even want your face. Then we will fight to the end, and so on. We advertised at the gate of the Lu family community for 2 days in a row, and as expected, the reputation of the entire Lu family was tarnished, and even the people who came out to quarrel didn't dare to come out. But did Lu Chen think that he could just hide and let it go? It's impossible. I went to the pet shop early on Monday morning to explain my work, and then turned around and went to Lu Chen's company to abuse the scumbag. I am a ruthless person and don't talk much. Looking at the whole company, we were still in the morning meeting, and without thinking I shouted out to Lu Chen, "It's only natural to pay back debts." I let the front desk pull me to be quiet, but my mouth was not idle at all. I even deliberately shouted twice. "Is there anyone in charge? Everyone, please give your judgment." The office building has the most people on Monday morning, and there were more people surrounding the door of their company. It's no wonder that I was so angry. Last night I went home and wanted Lu Chen to pay me back, but he blocked me. That's why I made a scene at the company today. I had paid off all the bills before, but I didn't expect that in the 3 years I've been with Lu Chen, he had taken as much as 40,000 or 50,000 yuan from me, especially recently. He told me that he wanted to buy a car and was still short of 30,000 yuan, so he wanted to transfer some from me and give it to me after the quarterly bonus was paid. But we broke up later. He thought he could get away by blocking me, but he was dreaming. As expected, I made a scene at the door and attracted everyone in his company, and Lu Chen's face turned pale when he saw me, and he had no choice but to leave again. "Come out, what are you making a fuss about? Don't you look down on me? You still come to my company after breaking up. Why are you making a fuss?" You said this as if I was being unreasonable. Haha, I couldn't help laughing, and looked at the people who were pointing and talking on the side. "Oh, I really look down on you. Your mother is in her 50s and pregnant. She wants to give birth to the baby to be my child. This is really great." Gu Chen's face changed drastically, pointing at my nose and cursing. "My mother is pregnant. She is so old. Can't you let her go? Besides, if you don't want it, there are others who are willing. Why do you come to my company to mess with me? My God, why do I come to the company to mess with you? Debts must be paid back. Anyone knows. Or maybe the person in front of me is not a human being." So I considerately took out the printed case filing application from my bag and threw it to the other party. "I came here today just to tell you that it is only natural to pay back debts. I have already sued you. See you in court." And then I sent considerate and kind cards to everyone around, one for each person, so that it is convenient to eat melons. As expected, Lu Chen is crazy, didn't hide it at all. Started to stop him. Don't think he was here to mess with me. If Lu Chen could pretend to be calm and let things take their own course, it might really make others think I was being unreasonable. But now his tone, panic and anxious attitude, was like covering one's ears and stealing the bell, greeted the other party's boss in a friendly manner, and retreated safely, leaving only the other party's boss behind, shouting for Lu Chen to get out and deal with it quickly. Haha, then we'll go our separate ways and no one will pay attention to each other. Under my thunderhammer, Lu Chen successfully paid back the money, but half a month later, I suddenly saw a message from Lu Chen that I was getting married next week, whether it was an engagement or a wedding. People who truly love you will not care about these formalities, unlike some people who can't even bear a weak life. So he is worthy of being a doctor. And he tagged my work number, which directly attracted a group of netizens who didn't know the cause and effect, commenting and abusing. Yes, I don't want to give my life to such a doctor. He deserves to be single. No one wants you. Thank you for not marrying me. I am an insider. It is said that the girl asked if the family had children, so he forced the old man to abort the child. Just tell me they haven't gotten married yet. In the past, the girl was bossing her mother-in-law around. Fortunately, the bride is pretty good now. Wow, this made me laugh. I am a veterinarian. Do veterinarians understand? You gave your life to me. You are not a human being. Some people just like to see what they see, but it doesn't matter. After waiting for a long time, I took a look. There were more than 1,000 likes, comments and shares in the upper right corner. Lu Chen is awesome. It's a gift from thousands of miles away, but the sentiment is great. I took a screenshot of the other party's video and recorded it, then found Lawyer Meng again. Lawyer Meng was delighted when he saw it. Last time I recovered my cheated transfer, but I contributed a lot of lawyer fees to him. I submitted the evidence one by one. Do you think he is spreading rumors and causing trouble? Moreover, he brought a series of bad reviews to my work account. The abuse has it affected the normal operation. He nodded and began to write the materials in accordance with the formal channels. I just kept silent until the other party sorted out all the materials, and then we submitted the litigation materials together. We could have parted ways amicably last time, but now he is disgusting me. Isn't this a scumbag? It's useless to say more. It's useless to reason with such a person. He must be given a discount and hit at his weak spot. I have no interest in tearing up with Lu Chen's family. I just have to wait for the final result. Unexpectedly, my pet shop was about to close that day, and a customer suddenly came. Are you Lu Chen's ex-girlfriend? I looked up and frowned. I don't know anyone here. I am Lu Chen's fiancé. I want to meet him. Are you here to declare your sovereignty? There is no need. Whoever wants Lu Chen can take him. Sorry, I have no interest in him. Please go back. The other party was obviously stunned, but soon adjusted his mood and apologized to me. Sister, I'm sorry, I know I'm presumptuous, but I just want to learn about the situation from you. I laughed when I heard this. I knew it was very presumptuous. Come on, I don't have any good feelings towards Lu Chen. I'm just describing it objectively. As a girl, I advise you to leave Lu Chen as soon as possible. His family is not a good thing. That's great. The other party was not even surprised. Instead, he stood up and stretched out his hand to me, introducing myself. I am the only daughter of Lu Chen's second aunt's second husband. Shit, Lu Chen just told me that his second aunt was remarried and the conditions for marrying were not bad. I have never heard of any only daughter. Now I looked at him in shock. It was a little unbelievable. Where did this bloody plot come from? It's just what you thought. Now my dad is sick, and that woman wants to marry me to his nephew, so I want to ask you to help me. This made me a little confused. How can I help? Since childhood, teachers have said that if there is a problem, find the police uncle. Why are you looking for me, his ex-girlfriend? The next second Lu Rian said, I know you have ruined your wedding, so help me, you also ruined my wedding. Well, oh, you really think highly of me. Even though I know that I want to hold an umbrella for others because I have been caught in the rain, even so, you can't come up. Just let me ruin your wedding first. We live in a society ruled by law. If you don't want to, who can tie you up and threaten you? Instead of coming to my house like moral kidnapping to kidnap me. The more I thought about it, the more I felt that today was a little weird. While I was keeping silent and thinking, Lu Ruyan continued to speak, with a hint of tears in her voice. Sister, I really have no other choice. Please help me. You can't just watch me jump into the fire pit. You don't have to feel guilty. As long as you help me, it will be fine. I have a bad premonition. I always feel that the person in front of me is tea-like. I turned cold and looked at Lu Ruyan. Okay, I can't help you, please do it. I'm not a saint, and I have no obligation to help others, not to mention Lu Chen's family. They are all shit and I feel sick when I touch them. After that, I got up and opened the door to let him leave quickly, but Lu Ruyan started to make a scene. It's all your fault. Wouldn't it be better if I could marry Lu Chen? Why do I have to break off the engagement? If I don't break off the engagement, it won't be my turn. The girl looks very young, but her acting skills are really great. Do I look like a scapegoat? This instantly made my brows frown. I thought the Lu family's troubles were over, but now it's like this again, especially the girl in front of me, which makes me particularly unhappy. I turned my head to look at her. Don't advise others to be good without experiencing their suffering. You also know that no one in the Lu family is a good person. What right do you have to accuse me of breaking off the engagement? If you don't want to, just tell them that you refuse. He pretended to be innocent. Sister, if you don't want to, there's nothing I can do. Aha, this is a classic line. I'm really convinced. I exhaled a deep breath and controlled myself from doing it. After all, as long as I ruined Lu Chen's marriage, I would be involved in the Lu family's troubles. Even if I had refused, others might still gossip about it. Even according to the nature of the Lu family, they might disgust me again. You are not welcome here. You can go. However, Lu Ruyan walked to the door and suddenly fell to the ground with a thud. She immediately started crying bitterly, and then began to scream without any image. Someone come, the ex is beating the current one, help me. I stood at the door calmly, clasped my hands and responded. Come on, your voice should be louder. However, few people came. Unexpectedly, as soon as I finished speaking, the Lu family rushed over from the side. My goodness, it has come to this point. If I can't understand the situation anymore, I am a fool. At this time, Lu Ruyan was staring at everyone. It was my fault. I thought we were going to have the wedding soon. I wanted to say sorry to Chin Ran and ask him to attend our wedding. I didn't expect him to mind so much and turn against me without saying anything. It's not his fault. The wind was too strong and I fell down without paying attention. It's very good. I am worthy of being listed in front of the Liu family. These 2 short sentences not only confirmed my guilt, but also showed my innocence and won the sympathy of others. It really killed 2 birds with 1 stone. It seems that we were trained in the same training class. I leaned against the door and watched their quiet performance. Sure enough, Lu Chan first caringly helped Lu Ruyan up, who was lying on the ground, and then looked at me with a look of disappointment. Chin Ran, we have broken up. It is impossible for me to marry you again. See, people who don't know the truth must think that Lu Chan is a good man. TSK. I hooked my lips and asked him when I asked you to marry me. Don't forget that it was me who broke up. But his expression was quite confident. Otherwise, why would you file a lawsuit? You want me to succumb to your power, right? I tell you it's impossible, absolutely impossible. This brain circuit is really amazing. Seeing that more and more people gathered around, I patiently explained the ins and outs to everyone. You have to eat the whole melon. I thought this would make them lose face, but I underestimated that the other party's face was comparable to a city wall. Lu Chen's mother stood up first. Oh my God, there is no justice. He beat my daughter-in-law in the street. We have to go to the hospital. Let's see if my daughter-in-law is broken or not. Look at this fearless look. Has mom forgotten that it is the 21st century and there are surveillance cameras in my shop? I took out my mobile phone and started playing. Everything that just happened in the pet shop was played out. After watching it, a group of people's faces instantly became very ugly. Even the owner of the shop next door shouted to call the police. Lu Ruyan was committing fraud. This made the matter even bigger. I watched coldly, waiting for Lu Chen's family to give me a satisfactory explanation, and at this moment Lu Ruyan suddenly stood up, looking flustered. He said that we can't call the police. Everyone present was stunned, but I was unmoved. Why can't we call the police? Unexpectedly, he pointed at the Liu family and started yelling. Give me the money quickly. You said you wanted me to come here to act, but now you want to send me to the police station. You have to pay more. I looked up and met Lu Ruyan's smug eyes. He raised his eyebrows at me as if to say, see, I am not acting very well. Wrong, surprised or not, unexpected or not. This sudden turn of events left us all confused, and the Liu family was just acting stupidly. Lu Chen immediately said, hey, don't talk nonsense, what are you talking about? Lu Ruyan gave him a disdainful look. Oh my God, it's true, he died unjustly. You said let me act out a play and said it would be a bloody plot to be put in the media. Good guy is now turning his face against me. I didn't expect Lu Jia to be so disgusting, and deliberately find actors to come to my store to act. Is your brain sick? I sneered. You are really good at pretending. I warn you not to get entangled with me anymore. I don't want to get involved in shit. I turned off the power with a snap, got in the car and was about to leave, but I thought of something again, turned around and smiled at the Liu family. Since you have the energy to make trouble here, I guess you will definitely go to the court session. As a result, I just started the car. I saw Lu Chen chasing behind while chasing and shouting, Chin Ran, come back and withdraw the lawsuit quickly. I will marry you immediately. Whoever marries me immediately. I really know how to thank you. I will definitely arrange a big gift for you. When I got home, I took out my mobile phone and took a look at the video playback at the door of the pet shop. The 3 members of the Liu family were unable to defeat Lu Ruyan, and even asked to settle the fees in person, but it ended in nothing. In the end, he made a phone call gesture to the camera and raised his mobile phone number. It was really unexpected. I called without thinking. I am Chin Ran. Why do you want me to contact you? The other party was extremely excited. Hey sister, did I act like a colossus during the day? Were you almost sickened by me? Yes, I understand today. This is not a plot. It is clearly this family that is disgusting and roundabout. After thinking about it, you asked me to contact you for this when I asked you. Unexpectedly, the other party's next words made me admire him very much. According to the background they gave me, Lu Chen's marriage partner knew about his family's troubles and had run away. So he found me and asked me to play the fake partner. He paused, but that was discovered. Do you think they want to find you again? This Lu family really thinks I'm a fool. I clenched my fist and responded, thank you very much. When Lu Ruyan suddenly said, just don't blame me. At first he disgusted me with his green tea and I was really annoyed. But now I have explained everything that needs to be explained. Forget it. I thought the matter was over. Unexpectedly, at the class reunion the next day, Lu Chan appeared with Lu Ruyan in his arms. He smiled very happily and introduced to everyone, this is my wife Lu Ruyan. The other classmates who knew more or less about our previous relationship looked at me one by one and I was also confused. Could it be that this young lady was taking advantage of me? However, to my surprise, Lu Chan put the bag in his hand directly on the table. We just got the marriage certificate today. This is the wedding candy for our classmates. The old man didn't expect this time to be a real thing, especially these 2 red books, which made my head full of question marks. Facing Lu Chen's provocation, I smiled and said, "Then I wish you a long and happy life together and a son soon." After saying that, I left without looking back. I didn't comment. This kind of thing was really disgusting and couldn't be more disgusting. On the day of the trial, all the members of the Lu family were present. For some reason, they still had happy looks on their faces. When he saw me, he had an arrogant attitude and said, "You are really not worthy of my son. Look at Ruyan. She got pregnant not long after getting married." I suddenly looked at Lu Ruyan's belly, but couldn't see anything at all. Unexpectedly, Lu Ruyan squinted her eyes and deliberately exuded maternal radiance towards me. I thought this operation was a bit strange, but I kept silent. Lu Chun, who was standing next to me, suddenly spoke up and said, "I have asked people. I am just sharing my life. It is not illegal." As soon as he finished speaking, he became the focus of the neighborhood. Hearing this voice and looking at this confident face, I laughed in my heart. Is he asking about the legal illiterate? It doesn't matter. The law will teach you what is fairness and justice. But seeing the sensible people nearby ready to speak, I stepped forward and interrupted them. "That's great. You just continue to uphold your fine traditions. Now no one else wants to speak. But what's wrong with Lu Chen's mother jumping out at this time? Our Lu family does have fine traditions, but you can't envy them. It's too late to regret it now." This person saw that I regretted it with his eyes, and I laughed out loud. This person didn't understand my sarcasm, and thought that I was reluctant to leave Lu Chan. Forget it, it's all unreasonable. After entering, the law will tell them what regret is. I glanced at Lu Chan and said, "Don't talk here. If you think you are not wrong, just go in. It's a good opportunity for everyone to see your innocence." After I finished speaking, I turned around and walked inside with Lawyer Meng. At this time, Lu Chan suddenly followed up, with a look of grievance on his face. "Although you know that I like you, I can't do anything about my mother. I didn't do it on purpose. It's all because I want to be with you." I sneered and said, "Are you really stupid or just pretending to be stupid? You've come to court, you're married, and you're still with me. That's great. Congratulations." This sentence became evidence in court. The gap between people is so big. In the court, Lawyer Meng was so fierce that Lu Chan had no resistance at all. When asked whether to release the relevant video, Lu Chan seemed to have turned on a switch and popularized his views to everyone present. "I just posted a short video of myself getting married on Douyin. Freedom of speech is my right. Can't I even post a video online, let alone share it? Personal life," he said and looked at Lawyer Meng in a fake way. Unfortunately, except for me and the Lu family, everyone present was experienced. How could they just perfunctorily deal with it like this? Meng Chuan directly released the evidence, the video released by Lu Chan and the screenshots of me. Seeing Lu Chen's face change, he began to expound on his theory of true love again, saying that he was forced to break up and so on, saying that I couldn't tolerate the child in his mother's belly, and said that he just wanted to post the video to make me change my mind. Lawyer Meng didn't take this at all, but just continued to ask, "Then Mr. Lu Chan, did you mention Miss Chin in the video copy and tag her?" Lu Chan didn't say anything, obviously acquiesced. The lawyer continued to say that Miss Chin was your ex. After breaking up with you, you stated on a public platform that the other party despised the poor and loved the rich, and exposed Miss Chin's professional information. On June 25th, you, Ms. Lu Ruyan, Ms. Li Longji, and Mr. Lu Zhanhai have been to Miss Chin's store. Do you admit it? The video of the Lu family causing a commotion in the pet store was released. The whole place was quiet. It was not because they were scared. They did not expect the defendant to dare to lie in this place. Ms. Chin ran, "Have you ever been to Mr. Lu Chen's company to harass him?" When I mentioned this, Lu Chen looked at me with a smug look on his face. I was too lazy to get involved with him, but he was still thinking about disgusting me in court. It is only natural to pay back debts. I just went to submit a notice of prosecution. After checking, I can see that Lu Chan has not paid off his debts and is currently being enforced. It's like this, and you still want to divert the conversation to Lawyer Meng. I am sorry for the problem. I just communicated with the boss of the other party and said in public that it is only natural to pay back debts. That's all. Miss Chin ran, "Did you lead your relatives to Mr. Lu Chen's house to rob things?" I laughed out loud. Lu Chen and I were engaged. Could it be that I still bought the refrigerator, TV, and other valuables? If you think there is a problem, you can file a lawsuit against me instead of accusing me of robbery. It's disgusting. It is said that lawyers talk about evidence, but there is no evidence. Now this person is accusing me. Yes, how noble can a person who can turn slander into life-sharing be? It doesn't matter. I'm not afraid. All the activities we carry out are in compliance with the law. After a fierce battle between the two sides, Lu Chan was finally found guilty and sentenced to 8 months in prison, in order to compensate me for my losses. You see, God is still on the side of fairness. No matter how the Lu family screamed and threw a tantrum in the court, this was already Thor's hammer. I looked at Lu Chen's newlywed wife Lu Ruyan, who was clapping at this time, which made me feel a little strange. Maybe he noticed my sight. He suddenly looked up and smiled at me. I looked at his mouth shape and seemed to say something thank you. But in order to avoid being disgusted by the Liu family, I followed the lawyer and left quickly. Look at this family. Liu Chen's mother started to deliberately. She used the same trick again. This time she covered her stomach and said she had a stomachache, and she refused to accept this fact. Who knew that as soon as I left, Liu Ruyan caught up with me saying thank you for letting Liu Chen in and so on. Hey, there must be some unspeakable secret in between. But when I thought of this girl who played a green tea bitch in my clinic last time, my heart was pounding and I wanted to run away quickly. I couldn't let the Liu family get involved with me again. As a result, Liu Chen's father stopped me with a dark face. A husband and wife are bound by 100 days of grace. You two can't do this. Look, Chen is married. It will be difficult for you to find a partner in the future. Otherwise, Xiaoran, you go in and say you agree to let Chanshan go with your sister. If you have nothing to do, go lick the toilet and don't talk here. It seemed that he did not expect me to be so direct. Liu Chen's father was stunned for a moment. At this time, the little green tea Liu Ruyan also played a role. While pulling Liu Chen's father, she said weakly, "Sister, my mother and I are pregnant. What should we do?" I knew that this thing had no good intentions. Fortunately, I was not fooled. This family is like a toad. It doesn't bite people but makes people disgusted. It really makes me unable to complain. This little green tea Liu Ruyan is like an acting queen. She does whatever she wants. I am worried that she will be scammed again, so I will just fire on the spot. Is your child my? Does it have anything to do with me? Why do I have the word sucker written on my head? The court has already judged that as fairness and justice. If you are dissatisfied, please appeal instead of harassing me now. People have stretched out their faces for me to hit, so I will satisfy their demands. I am really a kind person. However, I am not afraid of you harassing me again. After all, the journey is a lesson for the past. It would be better if your family is together. Sorry, I will no longer accept your commission. I looked up and saw that the guy was the lawyer Meng who was just in there. But his words made Liu Chen's father's face become extremely ugly. He also knew that there was no solution to this matter, so he could only go in and find Liu Chen's mother. The lawyer was about to leave when he was stopped by Liu Ruyan. Hello, can you take one? Can you give me your personal authorization? I want to get a divorce and divide the property. Divorce property division, my god, this is why do I feel more and more confused. Xiaoran, Auntie was wrong. You are the one who is sincere to Chanshan. Auntie wants to apologize to you. Auntie was wrong. Half a month later, Liu Chen's mother stood in front of me with an apologetic look on her face. I never thought that this family was so shameless, and later came to my store to beg for my forgiveness. There is no need to apologize. Don't come here to disturb my normal life. Facing my rejection. Liu Chen's mother did not show any anger and was still humble. Don't blame you, blame me for being too excited at the time, and breaking up you and Chanshan. I always feel that the other party is not holding back any good shit, so I started with a calm and polite conversation. What do you want to do today? Xiaoran, can you introduce me to your last lawyer? That damn girl Liu Ruyan is a liar. He wants to file a divorce lawsuit with Chanshan and divide the property. It's the lawyer from last time. What did I hear? Their whole family now thinks that it's not their problem, but the lawyer's problem. This family really doesn't know how to reflect on themselves. I raised my eyes and looked coldly at Liu Chen's mother. He was still talking endlessly. This time we want to find a powerful lawyer. We want your last lawyer to help us. It's none of my business. I interrupted the other parties chattering and continued to output about the crime of picking quarrels and provoking trouble. Based on Article X10 of X Law, Article X stipulates that if one of the acts of provoking disturbances disrupts social order, he shall be sentenced to fixed-term imprisonment of not more than a certain year, detention or control. Yes, this is what I made up. After thinking about it, I added that if you don't leave, I will definitely call the police. You can handle it yourself. Oh, by the way, your son is still in there. It happened that the whole family is together. Although Liu Chen's mother looked unwilling, she could only leave in a hurry with her tail between her legs. Oh, she still came to me to make a scene. Who would have thought that as soon as one wave of troubles subsided, another wave of troubles arose? Just as Liu Chen's mother was driven away, I received a call from Liu Ruyan. Sister, I am Liu Ruyan. Sister, I didn't lie to you. I am really the husband of Liu Chen's second aunt, the daughter of his original wife. I have no choice. My dad is waiting for this money to save his life. It has come to this point. I don't know whether I should believe it or not, but it really has nothing to do with me. Don't advise others to be good without experiencing their suffering. So all this is Liu Ruyan's own choice. I express my sympathy, but it does not mean that I can forgive her deception. Sister, can you help me? I want you to testify. They threaten me. Poochie, these words made me a little nervous. We are not familiar with each other, and I have never seen how they threaten you. Instead of wasting time with me, you might as well go find a real witness. The other party was stunned, and then the next second he started crying and shirking the responsibility. The lawyer said, I need someone to testify to. Prove that this marriage was not equal from the beginning. Can you? What a pity. Sympathy is sympathy. I am a good child who abides by the law. I hung up the phone. My goodness, I really don't want to speculate about him like this. But for this one, I still think that he and Lu Chun are not from the same family. They are not from the same family. A week later, Meng Chuan called me. He said he had good news to share with me. At noon, Lu Chen's mother found their law firm, saying that she wanted him to accept the commission, but he refused, and said that the latest result of the divorce case seemed to have come out, and he was sentenced to divorce and the property was divided. Wow, this is really amazing. People are in high spirits when they are happy. In addition to wanting to listen to gossip, I also want to thank this person for giving me a surprise. Are you free in the evening? I will treat you to dinner to celebrate our happy cooperation. Because it was a temporary decision and it was time for dinner, Meng Chuan and I could only sit in the lobby near the door. When we were talking about the exciting part, he was telling me how Lu Jia and the others were making a scene. When I was at the scene, I suddenly heard a shout, and then I heard someone calling my nickname. I looked up and saw that my father called me in the crowd. His face looked a little dark. I hurriedly greeted him. Dad, I didn't mean to. I told you that everything I told you was resolved. Before I finished a sentence, he interrupted me. Xiaoming, this lawsuit is really thanks to you. Otherwise I would be too worried about this girl. At this time, Meng Chuan also cooperated very well. He stood up and shook hands with my father. Wow, these two people look very familiar. My father said that Meng Chuan was a child he sponsored before, and he started a business with his classmates after graduation. The law firm I opened has achieved some success now. Oh, if I had known that my dad always talked about Xiaoming and Xiaoming, I would have never thought that these two were the same person. Okay, this matter is all thanks to you, brother Xiaoming. First he went to find the platform and then he ran around for you. Your lawyer's fee was not enough to fill the gap in your teeth. I was wondering why this lawyer was so responsible. Turned out that there was this relationship. I quickly opened my mouth to thank brother Xiaoming. After a while my dad left, leaving Meng Chuan and I looking at each other. It took me a long time to break the silence. Thank you for helping me stay away from the scumbag and let the scumbag crawl for me. The words are sincere. If it weren't for such a caring lawyer, everything would not have been so smooth. Besides, whether it is for my dad's sake or for the sake of money, I have accepted this favor. Let's toast to celebrate our happy cooperation. Full glasses. We won't go home until we are drunk today. Meng Chuan smiled. Qin Ran, we ordered drinks. No matter what he drinks, this toast will help me completely stay away from the scumbag and start a new life smoothly. The whole text is over.